Yo, what's going on, everybody? So, I need to do a bit of adjustments here, but got a nice 20 people here already. That's pretty awesome. I think. Let's see, need to get rid of this here. Trash. There we go. Everything readable here. Let's see, I might take off this outline. Maybe I'll leave that outline. Color. Black. How's everybody doing today? What's going on? I'm fixing all this stuff up here. As you can see on my screen there. Real quick here, bear with me. Give me just 2 seconds. I'm trying to turn that all black, but it kind of looks okay. Look at that. Good enough. We'll leave it. What's going on, Nero? What's up, Andrew? Fishing with Juniper, Desmomoto. What's going on? Ferhat Yilmaz. I feel great, man. I feel great. You actually got a notification? That's amazing. I might be off the bad boy list, dude, because I got a couple videos on Instagram that are going. They're heading to viral status. They got almost 500,000 views, and my channel's been taking off like crazy the last couple weeks on Instagram. So something happened, man. I got thrown in the algorithm. Can you guys hear me okay? How's the sound? How is the sound doing? Okay. Let me turn it up just a little bit. Mic check. How's that? Is that a little better? Is that just a little bit louder? Mic check. You know what? Let me double check my mic here. Properties. Let's try this again. Mic. Yeah, you're right. It's on the wrong mic, yo. So we go to properties. Alright, guys, do a little troubleshooting here, you know. I think this should fix it right here. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. That should fix it. Mic check. All right, how's that? A little better? All right. Okay, now we're through the troubleshooting phase. Now let's get down to, let's kick some jams. You guys already know the playlist here. We're gonna head back into it. All right. Let's see. T. Mueller, how are you? You have a baby Thomas here watching. Really? Did you already have your baby? Andrew says, what new health thing have I been interested in? Well, it's funny you should ask. I actually just stumbled across clabbered milk. Yes. Amazing that I've been in the health sphere for 5 years, and I just now started drinking clabbered milk. And it's awesome. It's awesome, man. I used to do like kefir grains and make kefir milk from kefir grains. But I started doing clabbered milk because my wife just started throwing milk in the cupboard. And it's pretty good, man. I never thought I would actually like it. So that's like the latest thing. I know a lot of people do like clabbered milk. It's just something that it just never really interested me for some reason. But now I'm digging it because I feel like it like digests better too than regular milk. Do I use homeopathy like herbs? Not really, other than we're starting to infuse some of our skincare products with herbs. So we're doing that right now. But I don't actually like eat anything. My mom is actually taking classes right now to become like a certified herbalist, which is really cool. So like I'm doing my thing over here, and then I'm gonna have like my mom as like an herbalist. So that's gonna be like a cool combination of doing, you know, raw meat mixed with like herbal medicines. I think that's a really cool concept. What's up, Roots? What's up, Chris? Landon says, what novella has stuck with you? Are you talking about just like a... I'm assuming you mean like a book. Check out my Instagram. It's called Primal Book Club. I put all my books on there that stick with me, man. There's quite a few. But probably the last one I read, called How to Become a Schizophrenic, is a great book. Check that one out. It's about a guy that went into full-blown schizophrenia and then came back out of it, and explained how he describes how it happened. Oh, that's right. Thomas is your middle son. Okay. What's up, Thomas? Are you eating some raw meat, buddy? It's good. I got some ground beef. And I got some liver. Right there. 100% grass-fed. Your mom's a good mom, Thomas. Feeding you good food. Gonna make you big and strong, man. Jeffrey Derp says, remind us how you do dishes. Well, I mean, since we eat raw, it doesn't really get like too bad, you know. It's not like we're cooking and like, and we have to scrape off like grime and grease and stuff like that. So we just do like a quick rinse. I just rinse in hot water. But if we need to clean like the cutting board or something, we started making homemade soap, but you can get like natural soaps that are like plant-based natural soaps. We use that to like do the cutting boards, and we made some homemade soap to wash my hands. But dishes, man, I just use hot water, and if we have to clean out like I said, the cutting board or like milk jars and stuff, I usually just use hot water, but sometimes I'll put a little bit of that natural soap in there. Why am I growing my beard out so much? Well, the real question should be, why am I not shaving? Because it's nothing that I'm doing. I'm just living life, man. My beard just happens to want to keep growing. It won't stop growing. I don't understand it. But if that was a serious question, because I've never grown out this much before, or my hair, so I'm just growing it all out. You only live once, you know what I'm saying? You grow it out before it turns all gray and it falls off your head, you know? But, evolutionarily speaking, we have beards like this to protect us from the cold. I live in a very cold climate during the winter. And it also protects your face from knives, from people stabbing you. What's up, Kusher? First time you tried liver, you threw up, it was greasy? Greasy, huh? That's interesting. I've never heard people describe it as greasy. Chris says, I recently had a mole removed and I'm using the beard balm on the wound, and both my dermatologist and my friends are surprised how fast it's healing. We'll update in the future if it leaves car. Yeah, please, man. That's amazing, dude. I'm not surprised. I mean, we know what we're doing here. We know what kind of products that we are providing at Row Naturals. And it's top quality stuff, man. We're sourcing like the best ingredients we can possibly find, which is not easy to find, 100% grass-fed beef fat all the time, but we can get it. And it's just the best stuff you can put on your skin, man. So, glad to hear it. Are you avoiding using plastic containers? Yeah, we use glass. Are you doing zero carb? You're asking me if I'm doing zero carbs during the wintertime? A lot of days I do, but some days I don't. Like I'll do like all meat and fat for a few days, and then I'll eat like a baked potato with my dinner for the fourth day or something, So maybe like 1 or 2 days a week I'll like carb up, so to speak. But other than that, I can do mostly meat. T. Miller says, Thomas was so happy to hear you talk to him. Now Luca is here and wants a shout out to my oldest. Thanks for the kind words. Hey, what's up, Luca? How you doing, buddy? Eating some raw meat today. Hope you guys are having a good day, man. Fairhot says, did you remove your wisdom teeth? What did you think about all the BS about removing your wisdom teeth? Well, I got braces. So, when they put my braces in, they unfortunately took out 1, 2, 3, 4 adult teeth out of my mouth, yanked them out, extracted them, and then they put my braces in, and it pulled my teeth back in, closed the gaps, and then it made room for the wisdom teeth to drop down. So that was their justification for pulling 4 of my teeth, was to make room for my wisdom teeth. I think for some people you do have to remove them because, according to Weston Price's research, all of our faces are not forming properly because we're not eating the right nutrition, and when we're in the mother's womb, and our faces are more narrow and our dental arches are not as wide as they used to be. So that in turn makes it hard for the wisdom teeth to come down and have space. But I think for a lot of people it's not an issue, and they just like sell it to everybody because it's like a big money maker. So it's a tough call. You got to kind of really just look at your own mouth and see how much room you have in there. And but I think probably it's really hard for me to say like how much of it is actually a scam. But there's a lot of procedures going on that don't need to be happening. And especially if you just eat the right food with your babies, like their mouths will have enough room for the teeth. I do drink water. Yeah, I drink um, Mountain Valley spring water. Very little though in the winter. Mostly in the summertime I drink most of it because it's obviously hot out. I work outside, but I'll sort of sip it in the winter. Maybe drink like, I don't know, 10 ounces, 18 ounces in the winter. Oversoul sent a super chat. Thanks, man. Has this diet resolved all of your health issues? Yeah, I would say like 99.9%. The only things that still linger would be like in the morning. I have like almost like congestion in my throat. I don't know what causes that. That could have something to do with my jaw injury where they didn't set my jaw back right. Like my jaw sits too far back and it blocks my airway. I also have obstructive sleep apnea that I just realized. I just diagnosed myself in the last couple weeks because I have all the symptoms of it. And that has something to do probably with my jaw injury. My lower jaw, when they wired it shut, they set it back too far back, just slightly. So that's going to fall back into my airway. And also it's like a genetic thing, like everybody in my family snores and like my mom has obstructive sleep apnea, et cetera, et cetera. So to answer the other person's question up there, what other health things have I discovered lately? I started doing incline sleeping again, which is raising up the head of your bed like 7 inches. And I sleep so much better like that. So anybody that's having sleep issues, obstructive sleep apnea, anything like that, try incline sleeping. It's huge. But other than those, like those things, other than like the sleep apnea, which isn't really like diet's really not going to fix that. That's got to be something you got to kind of look at different things. This diet, along with obviously, you know, living a moral life and surrounding myself with positive people and working hard every day, et cetera, has taken away like all my physical and mental health problems that I had, for sure. Do I eat grass-fed, grass-finished? Yes. Yeah, I don't eat grain-finished meat. What's up, Frank? Good morning to San Bernardino. Last time I was in San Bernardino was 2018 for a Tool concert. Tool and Primus. It's an awesome show. And all the hills were on fire during the show. It was crazy. Thoughts on trichinosis? I mean, you just got to look at the patterns. You know? Everybody wants to know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Just look at the patterns of what they're doing. They're trying to make it like everything is bad for you. Trichinosis, E. coli, Salmonella, Giardia, and, you know. They're trying to blame everything on like bacteria and worms and stuff. But there's no proof of it at all, you know? So you got to just ask yourself, like, you know, is this stuff really bad for you, or is it supposed to live symbiotically with your body? Or can it be a part of something that is not necessarily good for your body, but there's other factors that go into it, you know? Like if your body, like if you're already like super malnourished and sick, and then you put like a bunch of trichinosis worms in your body, like that might not be good. But if you have like a healthy biome, it's probably okay. Like I drank a bunch of Rocky Mountain lake water the other day, and it's possible that my biome, because of all the food I eat, protected me from something. It's also possible that the lake water is okay, like for everybody. I don't know, but there is cases of people like getting sick from drinking like wild water. But maybe some people that have like a healthy biome don't get sick from it, you know? So I just think that like certain things are like bad for certain people that are already like sick, you know? Like, healthy people are a lot more resilient and we can deal with a lot more. But in general, I believe that like bacteria and parasites, they serve a function in the body and they're here to live in like a homeostasis. What's up, Joaquin? Sean B says, have to say, Wes, after 7 years carny, I've been able to source predominantly wild meat for the past 6 months. Beef, lamb just doesn't hit the same anymore. That's amazing, dude. Bison is awesome. I love bison, dude. And elk, unreal. Is raw bacon good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Situnet Sith says, I've heard narrow jars could have decreased human IQ. For sure. Well, because yeah, like if you're messing with the structure of the skull, the skull houses the brain. So if you have a smaller skull, you're gonna have a smaller brain. Jeffrey Derp says, for sleep, try mouth taping and breathe right nasal strips. I've thought about those strips. Maybe I'll get some, dude. Just for the hell of it, because I'm into this whole sleeping thing now. My wife does mouth taping, but it's hard for me to do it with my beard. And I don't really have issues with mouth breathing that I'm aware of. For me, it's mostly like snoring and apnea. Could I see myself abandoning technology? Realistically, no. Could I abandon technology and live and survive? Yeah, of course. But realistically, no. You just can't do it. You can't survive in today's world without it, man. I've got businesses that I'm running. I have, I need my cell phone for my job. Sometimes I go do like deliveries for my job, and I have to call people. I've thought about it, getting rid of my cell phone, etc. It's just you can't do it. T. Moore says, thanks, Weston. They're so happy here. They're having Ogenous milkshake as dessert, and lunch was butter and beef. Oh, that's awesome. Those kids, man, they're gonna be so strong and like just at peace, Blue Orbiter says, is the fattier cut of meat the better for this diet? Ribeye, New York strip, etc. Not necessarily. I wouldn't place one cut of meat over the other. Like, I personally actually prefer lean meat. There's something about the taste and the energy that I get from lean meat that I like better, and I'll just supplement fat on the side. So, yeah, I actually prefer like the arm roast over like a chuck roast now. I don't know why. I just somehow have adapted to enjoying lean cuts. Chris says, have you researched MSC surgery and other maxillary expansion stuff? I have similar problems as you with the airway and have researched, but I haven't found a real fix. It doesn't cost $50K. Mewing, mouth taping, nose tape, and stuff like that helps, but doesn't give me the space I need in my mouth palate. Yeah, I've looked into it, dude. I went down the rabbit holes, and I sort of gave up on, any sort of like looking into any surgery for myself, because I'm okay. I'm surviving. I'm fine. We're not perfect. We're all like a little bit deformed, unfortunately. We're like deformed humans, and it sucks when you realize that. Especially if you're circumcised, you're deformed and you're mutilated. But not to take the stream down a dark turn, but just another shot at the medical industry. But I've looked into the maxillary expansion stuff and the different sort of mouth devices that you can put in your mouth and stuff. And I have too much like dental work. I have like $12,000 in like fake teeth from my jaw injury, and just I don't want to mess with any of it anymore, man. I'm done. Like, I went to the dentist like once a week for like 4 months straight, and had all these like fake bridges and crowns put in my mouth because I broke a bunch of my teeth a long time ago. So I'm just done messing with my teeth, man. And I seem to be okay. I'm healthy. I'm sleeping fine. But I find it all really fascinating. What's up, Bjorn in the house. BJ Orn. BJ Orn. Greetings from Germany. Shout out to the motherland. Motherland, Germany. Oversoul, another super chat. Thank you very much. That's very generous of you. It's always appreciated. You have a question there, and you say, "Are you convinced this is the best diet for humans?" Yes. That is why I'm here. Partially, mostly. I mean, that's the main reason I'm here. Is that I think this is the best diet for everybody, and it's why I eat it. I feel like I've studied and looked into a lot of different diets. I haven't tried every diet, you know, like I'm not gonna go try veganism. But because I know I need meat. I've always known that I've needed meat every day. Otherwise, I start feeling weird. But yeah, I think this is the natural human diet. That's why I call my channel the Natural Human Diet. I'm not trolling. I'm not doing this for views. I'm not doing this for fame. I don't want to be famous. I don't want... Honestly, like, it would be nice to have more money, but I don't know if I really even want to be rich, man. Because, like, that seems to, like, corrupt a lot of people. I have a nice balance in life going on right here. And I do this channel to the best of my ability because I want to show other people what's possible and other options out there that they're not being shown. Speaking in public is not really my forte, and it's not what I really enjoy doing. But I do this as a service to you guys. So that's why I do this, because I do feel like this could change a lot of people's lives, especially if they're sick. Daniel God says it's good to eat raw liver every day. I think if like it was a really tiny chunk, yeah, but I wouldn't eat it every day in like big amounts, just because it's, you know, it might be a little bit of a, like too many vitamins at once, you know? Like if you eat too many vitamins at once, like too many B vitamins, you just pee it out. That's why your pee looks like neon yellow if you eat like a pound of liver. Because it all goes out your body. So I started eating like small amounts of liver like this with my meals. And sometimes I'll eat high meat every day. I'll eat just like a couple chunks of high liver. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Oversoul with another super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Do you consume raw A2 milk sometimes? Does your body handle fresh or fermented better? Yeah, I drink raw A2 milk right now. We have raw Jersey milk. And do I handle fresh or fermented better? I feel like I handle fermented better, even though I don't have any issues with like raw fresh milk per se, like some people do. Some people have like real bad problems with raw fresh milk, or especially pasteurized, and they have to like ferment it to digest it better. But I feel like I enjoy fermented milk better for some reason. Like it goes down better, it sits in my stomach better. It just feels better. I don't really know how to explain it. Frank C says, I no longer call it a diet, it's a lifestyle for me. I love my raw milk, and Rocky Mountain oysters are meant to be eaten raw, carnivore life. Dude, if that was a shout out to my old channel name, you're a legend. My old channel name was called Carnivore Life. But yeah, it's a lifestyle, dude. Yeah, I can't imagine cooking testicles. I can't imagine cooking liver, dude. It's just half of this stuff. I'm like, I can't believe people cook this stuff. Blue Orbiter says, could a permanent metal retainer lead to heavy metal poisoning, or at least some getting into the system? Well, you got to look into what it's made of. If it's like stainless steel, that might be okay. As far as I know, stainless steel I think is okay. But if it's got like nickel or anything like that in it, would skip that for sure. Roots says, sorry, I think I missed if you answered my question earlier, but if you had a Candida overgrowth, what remedy or routine would you use to help balance the bacteria out? So, I'll just read to you what Augenis says about Candida. Because I don't know a whole lot about Candida. I sort of just parrot what he says about it. But he basically says just don't worry about it. It's your body doing what it's naturally supposed to do. Candida is a yeast-like condition, detoxification, that eats little stagnant pools of blood that result from internal lesions caused by dryness and cracking of the tissues within the body. Candida fungus cleans the system by eating degenerated tissue damaged by accumulated cooked carbohydrate-based adrenaline or insulin-related chemicals. Candida is helpful and should have its cycle. The worst thing anyone can do if he or she wants to improve his or her health is to destroy Candida. Smoking puts a person at higher risk of developing Candida. If a person has a high adrenaline level and drinks alcohol, he or she is putting herself at great risk of developing Candida. With experiencing extreme symptoms, eating half of a nut formula once daily in the afternoon for 3 days helps remove toxic adrenaline and insulin. Eating a raw diet with cooked starch in combination with plenty of raw fat eliminates high adrenaline and insulin levels. Eating raw tomatoes, fresh or non-steamed, unsulfured sun-dried figs, fresh raw green vegetable juices, raw unpasteurized apple cider vinegar, and fresh unripe pineapple neutralizes and soothes the condition over a period of years. Eating raw fish or organic raw chicken or turkey helps heal and restore damaged and dead nerve tissue and skin. Raw beef and other red meat may be eaten when the condition is neutralized enough. A sign that a person is too toxic to eat beef is severe itching and irritability, accompanied with nausea. There's a bunch of stuff in here about it, man. You just got to get his book and look into it. If you need his book, just email me. There's also a link underneath every video where you can download my book or download his book. But anyways, it's the short story on Candida. And thank you, Fairhot. I appreciate that, man. It's very nice of you to say. Logan says, how does your diet differ in the winter versus the summer? Well, in the spring and summer, I eat more fruit when it's in season. And I drink a lot more lemonade in the summer. I completely stopped the lemonade once we get into... Basically, I just stopped it like a couple weeks ago. So once you get to like October, I quit lemonade. And it seems like I eat more like fatty stuff, like meat. I get more like carnivore based in the winter. My body naturally sort of leans that way. So, less carbs. Joaquim says, chicken organs are so much better raw. For sure. Chicken liver is awesome raw. David says, hey mates, do you think some natural living human being family bloodline is controlling our slave system? Goats has talked about this topic. That's funny. Natural living human being family bloodline. I mean, that's a really complicated question. I mean, there's royalty, you know? This is a good song to talk about kings and queens and royalty. But there's clearly, like, royal families, you know? There's monarchs, there's kings still, you know? and you could call the people slaves, but slavery is really like a choice, you know? It's a choice, man. Um, Ultimately, though, I think slavery is a choice, and there's ways you can get out of it. Especially, like, in America. Like, I've never felt like a slave, ever. And I work every day, you know, I use money, I pay with money, and I pay a super high rent. You know, like I'm gonna have to take a loan out to buy a house. I'm gonna have to pay interest on it. You know, but you could call that slavery, but that's also a choice. Like I don't have to take a loan out. I don't have to do that. I could rent the rest of my life and never go into debt. You know, so everything is really a choice, man. Like going to work every day. Like that's obviously a choice, but everybody has to do it. You know. But ultimately, I don't really look at things on a material level. I see things more on a metaphysical level, and I think there's like angels and demons that are controlling people, and they're behind the scenes, and they're really the ones that are making everything happen. So, but there's always going to be like a class war. There's always going to be like an upper class and a lower class. The upper class is going to control the lower class. But you know what? It's like that way for a reason, man. Like, there's a lot of really stupid people out there. And there's a lot of really smart people. And inevitably, through natural selection or whatever you want to call it, the smart people just end up at the top. And the stupid people end up working for the smart people. That's just how it works, dude. And the stupid people can... I shouldn't call them stupid. The less intelligent people can just complain all day about how they're slaves. But it's like... You're not as talented, and you're not as skilled, and you're not as intelligent as these other people. So they're going to just have a natural advantage over you. It's just the way everything is structured, man. It's just the way it is. Everything, the reason everything is the way it is right now is because that's just the way that it is. And there's nothing really you can do about it, you know? Do I think Genghis Khan and his army ate raw meat? I've heard that, but I don't know how to prove it, you know? How much is the rent? I'm renting a 3-bedroom house in Omaha for $1,600 a month. And when I moved in here 6 years ago, it was $1,300. So it's gone up $300. Yeah, it's true. It's currency. It's not money. It's definitely currency. If you guys can't tell, ground beef is the way to go. It's got all the fat ground up in it, and it's cheap. Well, back to David's question, like, that's such a complicated question, dude. I mean, it's a good question. But it's so complicated because it's like, ultimately, like the bankers, especially in America, but throughout the whole world for sure, like the bankers control everything. Okay? Like the Federal Reserve. They control everything, dude. They're like a private entity. They're like a private business that decided they were going to start printing money. And then they like print out money, and then they ask for more money back as interest. It's like a huge scam, but that's a whole nother discussion. But the Federal Reserve controls everything. Like the bankers control everything, dude, because The bankers, like, they're the ones that line the pockets of, like, the politicians and, like, the wars and everything. The bankers control all the wars. They control all the political decisions, like, everything, man. So, you know, if you want to blame anything or anybody about the slave system, you want to go all the way to the top to the banking system. Have I heard or watched any of Hibbler Productions movies? No, I haven't. Martin says, or just being born into a rich bloodline. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I don't think I would want that, man. The only reason I am the person I am today is because I was like poor. You know? It made me work hard and it made me find my way. And here I am eating raw meat in front of the world. And if I was rich, like, there's no way I would have been doing this. Because it probably would have corrupted me and made me, like, materialistic. Money is more like a distraction than anything. Situnet says, bro, this world is extremely... I'm assuming he's being extremely good here in the West. We are lucky we don't see the suffering of third world countries. Yeah, it's great. We're set, dude. I'm like middle class. I'm not even like an upper class person, but I'm sitting in a nice house, listening to the finest music, eating the finest, most nutrient-dense foods in the world. You know, we're lucky, man. Blue Orbiter, did your comment get deleted? I think I know what you were gonna say there. Yeah, we got it lucky, man. Got to stay grateful, guys. Stay grateful. And this is kind of off topic, but this guy is a really good, interesting dude out here. His name is Martin. Oh, Jerry Marzinski. Look into Jerry Marzinski. Like, listen to some of his podcasts. He's like a psychotherapist that studied schizophrenics in prison. And he found out that basically it's like demonic entities that are inside of them. It's really interesting, man. Something I listened to a bunch of it yesterday. Yeah, it's funny. Ruth says next they're gonna make a breaking news report saying Wes is a cyborg and that's the only way he doesn't die from raw meat. Yeah, I mean, people do try to say stuff like, I don't know, like it's my microbiome. They probably think it's like my microbiome or something. But I'm like, no, I ate like dog shit and like used drugs for like 30 years and then just started eating raw meat and it was fine. I didn't use drugs for 30 years, but you guys get it. I dabble a little bit, but I'm a sober man today. Time for some liver, huh? A little bit of dessert. These are big old chunks, man. Let's get it. Mm-mm. Can anybody name this song? It's a classic. It's the definition of a classic. Farmer. Even though they're like both 100% grass-fed farmers, like the livers taste different. CityNet says, I've never done drugs or alcohol to extreme levels. Feeling intoxicated is stupid. You know, I agree now. But back when I was younger, I thought feeling intoxicated was amazing. I don't know why. I don't know if I was running from something, escaping from something. Obviously. It's obviously an escape. Like, everything that people say about drugs is usually true. You just can't see it until you get away from them. But you're obviously escaping from, like, yourself and from everything around you. And you're just going into your little safe little imagination zone. But yeah, I'm sort of like repulsed by the feeling of intoxication at this point. I don't even like, unless I have to do like a long drive, I'll drink like a coffee. If I have to drive like 14 hours or something on a trip. But other than that, I don't even enjoy like coffee anymore. Do I use any salt? No. Ruth says alcohol is a strange beast because it exists in some form and all ferments, so it's not like we can be totally sober because we microdose alcohol and ferment. Yeah, you're right. I've thought about that. And sometimes I'll drink a kombucha. But I think it's really about intoxication. Like, I love the taste of like wine and I love the taste of beer too. But I stay away from it now. I don't even get involved with it. Because like here in Omaha, Nebraska, there's a big drinking culture around here, man. Like, people just get hammered. And I've largely stayed away from that most of my life. But besides a few exceptions where I've gotten pretty hammered. But it was never my thing. And this is where we skip to the next song, because I don't do opera. Chris says intoxication is made so people can cope and keep working in the system instead of killing themselves. I mean, that's kind of that's sort of a black-pilled way of looking at it, but that was like the biggest piece of liver I've ever eaten. I believe a lot of these things are actual plant medicines that we're using. And people abuse them. Cocaine, opium,
I think there's always a reason that people use stuff, and it's not always just about like you're weak and you're an addict. There's actually medicinal properties to everything, including like tobacco. It's just a matter of understanding how to use them properly and in moderation. And if you're not sick, don't use them. You know. Blood is Life says wine is fermented grape juice, not terrible. Beer though is fermented grains. Game over. I've never seen that. Is it like a sticker or something? It's funny, man. Yeah, beer is kind of dumb. I like the taste of it though. Oversoul sends another super chat. Thanks so much. If someone were on the brink of death, e.g. brain cancer, would you recommend the primal diet as a dietary therapy to them? Like if diet in order, then yeah, that's obviously like the first step. But if you're asking like if I had brain cancer and I like, for sure, there's no way I would go in there and let them crack my head open and start pulling shit out. There's no way. I would try everything first. But this diet, for sure, I would try that. And there's probably some other protocols too that are out there. Like, I don't claim to know everything. There's probably some other protocols out there too that might be beneficial. Potentially, depending on what the condition is. I think fasting could be beneficial to some people's diseases as well. It just depends, I think, on what sorry. It just depends on what caused the disease to begin with. But I think the primal diet has been proven to be the best like anti-cancer diet out there. That's enough. The therapist's name is Jerry Marzinski. Look that guy up. Look him up on YouTube. And then also look him up on like podcast apps. And it's fascinating, dude. Yeah, sorry about the connection issues, guys. I noticed it was disconnecting and reconnecting and stuff. Cithunet says morphine is very useful for surgery, otherwise you can't operate. True. Very true. Can I make a drugs tier list? I can't recommend using drugs, guys. I can't recommend it to the young bucks out there. I don't think it's good. Stay sober, man. What are you barking at, little stinker? Huh? What do you think you're barking at? You happy? Well, they're happy boys. Yeah, my dogs get raw meat. Only raw meat and bones. Meat, fat, and bones, eggs, milk. What's better, high meat or high liver? Well, you know what's crazy is I've actually never had high meat. I've only had high liver. And I don't know if I want to eat high meat because I don't think you could get better than a high liver, dude. High liver is just awesome. And I'm afraid I'm going to be disappointed if I eat anything else. Well, you guys know the routine. We're at about an hour and I'm all done eating. So this was a good stream. I appreciate y'all showing up and all the super chats. That was really generous. So I'm gonna get out of here and go enjoy the rest of my day. Oh, UI 99 just showed up right when I'm about to bail out. What's up, man? Dude, it's been a long time. Yeah, a long time. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. But you can rewind it and watch the... This was a good stream, man. Good energy, good music. A lot of people showed up. Maybe I'll start doing Sunday streams instead of Monday streams. But you guys peace out. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. Visit rownaturals.shop if you want 100% grass-fed